And then a chance come the second leg. It's Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. And we still have 2 minutes of this first half to play. Man City got to get their heads together. Back on the way here in Madrid. Incredible from Federico Valverde. Here's Rodri. Now goes back to the centre circle to Diaz. Husanov. Short for Savinho. Savinho inside to Semenyo. Back to Savinho. Can Man City get a goal before the break? Mendy slides it away from the byline to prevent it from going for a corner. So throw on the right for City. Going back from Savinho to Husanov. Here is Silva. Silva, just over 35 yards and goal. Plays it across the face of Vinicius. Here's a square pass from Diaz to Husanov. And now Savinho. Pickpocketed, and now here's Real Madrid on the ball. Gula loses out against Silva. Now Rodri with a switch of play. Is it too high for Doku? It is indeed. We're into the last minute of a normal time this first half. And Federico Valverde didn't score a Champions League goal this campaign for tonight. He's got a hat-trick before half-time. It's all about turning up in those big knockout games. That's when it really matters. So Trent Alexander-Arnold to take the throw. Deep beside zone off Real Madrid. Fans bouncing up and down unison. Headed away there from Semenyo now. Rodri driving into the box. Good tackle there for Tchouameni. Rodri was just outnumbered. Short from Alexander-Arnold to Goulet. Goulet on the right. Semenyo puts the challenge in now. Goulet gets it back. Goulet tries to keep it in play. In the end, just out-muscled and went out of play for Man City throw. Gay takes. Short for O'Reilly. Back here now for Rodri. Into first half stoppage time. Just a minute awarded. O'Reilly inside left turns. 35 yards and goal. Number 33 plays it short to Rodri. First time from Diaz. That light pass into the feet of Husanov. Man City just need half time here. Got to clear the heads and regroup. Here is Gay. Now short for Rodri. Play from the centre circle from Diaz. Silva. Back in the centre circle with Diaz. I think Man City just want to keep the ball here for the time being. Make sure they don't concede another for after. Don't concede another to Valverde. Here is Diaz. Then walks over halfway. Turns onto his right foot to Silva in the centre circle. Bernardo Silva. And short left foot to pass. Short left foot to pass. Return it to Ruben Diaz. Two men from Portugal linking up. Now Rodri joins in. Rodri inside right, about 25 yards and goal. Out to Savinho. So one last chance in this first half for City. Mendy out-muscles Savinho. And that trickles out for a goal kick. Phil Mendy's had a brilliant first half defensively, by the way. And there goes the half-time whistle. This first half of the first leg belongs to the Real Madrid captain, Federico Valverde, Real Madrid skipper, to really step up to the plate and shine massively on night Housen on Semenyo. So will be thrown. Vinicius just acknowledges, apologises to his teammates. Couldn't take on the mantle and score that penalty, but yeah, no time to panic. Still 3-0 to Real Madrid, courtesy of that Federico Valverde hat-trick in the first half. Fran Garcia throws it back to Dean Housen. Housen now to Courtois. Courtois plays it short. Squared first time from the D from Goulet. Garcia now moves inside. Back here with Tchouameni. Now goes square to Rudiger. Rudiger chasing it down, just about keeps it in play. It's a heavy pass from Tchouameni. Alexander-Arnold pressed from Doku. Floats it down the right. Again, Real Madrid pressing forwards through Valverde. It's now Donnarumma inside the D. Plays it square to O'Reilly. Now Gay. Gay goes short for Rodri. And now here's Ruben Diaz. Bringing it towards the halfway line. Now clips it towards the left-hand side. It's come off the back of Alexander-Arnold's head. Kept in play from Doku. Now Doku skips in. Doku twists and turns and gets past Peter. Doku slow ball deflects out for a corner kick. I'll tell you what though, for a split second, thought that was possibly going to deflect into the bottom corner off of Rudiger. He's been Man City's most dangerous player. Rudiger on the stretch, manages to divert it out for a corner kick. On the stretch with his right foot. So corner to come in from Tiani Reinders on the left-hand side. Now Reinders whips in towards near post. Poor corner kick, easily headed away from Valverde. Now Real Madrid can push up. Brahim Diaz pressing. And it's a caress back into the feet of Donnarumma. From Silva, here's Rodri. Now Man City just over halfway with Reinders. Now Rodri in possession. 35 yards and goal. In the middle, Rodri now looks for Semenyo in the box. Has a vital cut up for Garcia. Got it under control. Now Garcia is past the flex over. Semenyo tells Dean Housen to leave the ball. And it will be a goal kick to Real Madrid. Auer played it. Real Madrid 3 goals to good. A hat-trick from Valverde in the first half. Vinicius won a penalty, but had it saved for Donnarumma. Donnarumma guessed the right way down to his left. Good save from the goalkeeper, but I have to say, it wasn't the best of penalties from Vinicius Jr. Yeah, very tame hit with his right foot. Just trying to be a bit too clever now. Real Madrid midway in the Man City half. It is Arda Güler. Now it's played backwards to Alexander-Arnold from Brahim Diaz. Now Peter, send circle to Tchouameni. And now Housen goes for the diagonal. Will succeed in finding Brahim Diaz. Tricky feet up against Nico O'Reilly. Diaz needs a bit of support now. Diaz just rolls it behind him for Alexander-Arnold. Real Madrid just about in the attacking third now. It is Rudiger to Housen, bringing the ball forwards. Now Dean Housen plays it short. It's gone square from Arda Güler out to left to Vinicius. Back in field now for Peter. Rudiger. Now Güler short to Vinicius on the left. Now it's on halfway with Garcia. It's now Dean Housen giving it to Thibaut Courtois. Courtois. He'll just whip it right-footed. Bit too high for Diaz though. Time for O'Reilly just to knock it forwards. Headed down for Tchouameni on halfway. Now Real Madrid can steam forwards in space through the middle. It is Thiago Peter. Peter's a poor roll pass there. Given away though from Husinov. Valverde inside left. Valverde tricky feet now. Bring it to the box. Vinicius. Vinicius onto his left foot. Tight angle. Vinicius shot. Scuffed straight at Donnarumma. Create the good angle for himself, Vinicius, but the shot wasn't good enough now. Haaland miscontrols a pass from Rodri. Güler edge towards Güler, powerful shot. Driven beyond Donnarumma's left post though. Tell you what though, Güler didn't half hit that one. Haaland so sloppy. It's been a really, really poor night for Erling Haaland. Hasn't got into this tie at all. Güler blasted laces at the left boot. They just flashed past Donnarumma's left-hand post. Man City knocking it across the back. Here's Bernardo Silva. Takes out the box now. O'Reilly. Gay in the 6-yard box for Donnarumma. Pass it towards the left-hand side, and really poor pass there from Gianluigi Donnarumma. Good opportunity for Vinicius a moment ago. Wriggled, got himself some room, and just a sort of a bobble shot straight at Donnarumma in the end. Not sure many's just sitting down there. Seems to be holding his right ankle. So some concern for Alvaro Beloa. Hopefully nothing overly serious for Tchouaméni. Chelsea levelled up, and Paris by the way. Enzo Fernandez with the goal there. Still 2-0 to Bodo Glimt against Sporting. And by Leverkusen, Arsenal was one apiece earlier on here at the Santiago Bernabeu. There's Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. All 3 goals scored courtesy of the skipper Federico Valverde. So Tchouaméni moved a bit gingerly here. So definitely some concern here for Tchouaméni. I think he might have to come off here. So Ryan Cherki to come on for Manchester City. Looks like at the end of Tchouaméni's night. Doesn't seem to be moving so great. Keats wincing at the moment. Aurélien Tchouaméni. So a real concern for the Frenchman. So Real Madrid throw it down the right hand side. Valverde beats it from Gay. Then Gay's touch, bit heavy. Valverde gets his body across. And it will be throw into Real Madrid on the right hand side. Again, Real Madrid's game management has been superb as well. Again, really limiting Manchester City and just being clinical when they need to specifically. Valverde, of course, to Howson. Now roll through the centre circle there for Tchouaméni. Here's Real Madrid over halfway. Vinicius looks to go down the line. It's come off the knee of Husinov. Tchouaméni went up for a header. Rodri seems to fell awkwardly. He's going to carry on here, Tchouaméni though. Give it a crack, and it's thrown back now from Garcia to Howson. Here is Courtois. It's a nice pick out for Goulet in the centre of the Madrid half. And now Alexander-Arnold over halfway. Finds Diaz. Diaz controls. Now lifted it in the middle of the City half to Goulet. Now Vinicius into the box. Shifts onto his right foot. Vinicius. Curler's shot just wide of Donnarumma's left post. Not far off at all there. The Brazilian. A really good play from the Real Madrid forward line. It was Diaz and Goulet linking up, then played out to Vinicius. Vinicius jinked in field. And the curling shot just wide. And Donnarumma was beaten all ends up. He was mightily relieved to see that go past his left-hand post. Still Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. And this one could be out of sight. If Vinicius has scored that penalty. Semenyo holding up against Garcia midway inside his half. Now time here for Ruben Diaz. Diaz into the centre circle. Still Diaz, and now stops the ball. Plays it left-footed. Husinov first time. It's roll forwards for Semenyo, wide right. Semenyo, edge of the box, 2 men around, and Semenyo's pass. It's intercepted, but falls back to Semenyo. Rodri helps him. Cut to Semenyo again. Garcia sticking tight to him as well as Pitar. Semenyo goes back to Rodri, and Pitar stepping towards Rodri. Rodri back to Husinov. Here is Diaz. Now Diaz, 30 yards and goal, inside left. Gay now. Away in the Madrid half, plays it forwards. But Doku gets a crossing, cleared away from Rudiger. Drop here for Husinov, 30 yards and goal on the inside right. Is it backwards? Diaz first time, just in front of the centre circle. Man City in the middle here with Silva. Now lays it off to Rodri, lifts into the box, Semenyo gets in behind on the byline. Semenyo across the face of goal, what a vital touch from Rudiger to clear it away. Doku, edge of the box on the left, 2 men around him. Doku plays it back, now Rodri 25 yards and goal. Rodri onto his left foot, Rodri now scoops it into the box, lovely first touch from Doku. Doku's cross blocked from Alexander-Arnold. Corner kick, it was a lovely ball from Rodri over the top to Semenyo. Semenyo may have just been off, but put it across the face goal. What a vital touch Rudiger got on that, because Haaland was all set to put that into an empty net. So it will be a corner kick to come in from the left-hand side. Man City pushing to get a goal back in this tie. Reinders' corner, easy catch though for Courtois. Reinders' corners have been so poor since coming on now, Courtois. Rolls it to the feet of Goulet. Goulet's ball outside the left foot, blocked. Husinov keeps in play as well. Husinov then hits it off of the right knee of Goulet. So substitution for Real Madrid, and certainly not a bad one to bring on Eduardo. Shows the extreme depth and Real Madrid do possess. So double sub for Man City as well. Antoine Semenyo looks to be coming off for Ryan Cherki, and Bernardo Silva, the other man off for Manchester City. So it is Ryan Cherki and the other Ryan Nori coming on the pitch as well. So let's see if they can make a difference to the way Man City can get forwards. So Real Madrid bringing on Eduardo Camavinga into midfield. So he will be coming off here. Will it be possibly Valverde? I'm sure he wouldn't be. No, I don't think it'd be Valverde. I think it'll be Tchouaméni. Where he's limping. No, Tchouaméni's fine to carry on. It's actually Arda Güler who will be making waves. Had a really good evening, Arda Güler. In a huge attacking outlet for Real Madrid when they transitioned. Bit of defensive substitution now, understandably. Real Madrid being 3 goals up. So Güler off and Camavinga on. Fran Garcia takes the throw. Control from Peter. And now Tchouaméni to the feet of Courtois. Nice pass by the D. To the right hand side. Rolling to the feet. Brahim Diaz. And Peter. Now Real Madrid just have it inside their half here with Howson. Howson clips it over halfway. Now Vinicius down the left. Vinicius tries to skip inside. Diaz stops in his tracks. Ball bouncing loose. Now Husinov heads it to Diaz. Husinov has it back. Diaz controls it inside the area. Diaz makes a challenge though, and he does win the ball. Head of Brahim Diaz. Real scary moment there for Ruben Diaz. Now it's a nice turn from Mark Gay. Quick pass to Nico O'Reilly. Now O'Reilly over halfway. O'Reilly plays it short for Cherki. Cherki now down the right for Nico O'Reilly. O'Reilly turns a good tackle one there. Eduardo Camavinga and stuck in straight away. It will be a free kick in Real Madrid's favour. Diaz miscontrolled it. Brahim Diaz almost got onto it. It was the Diaz of Man City just about won that battle in the end. Put himself into trouble though with the Portuguese centre-back. So free kick for Thibaut Courtois to take. Just under 20 minutes left here. The first leg at the Santiago Bernabeu. Valverde's hat-trick is more than doing the job for Real Madrid in this first leg to take them into Manchester. Fantastic position. Head away from Nori. Free kick now to Doku. No touch there from Cherki. Gay. Now Cherki midway inside his half. Now into the centre circle. Around Cherki. Flicked from O'Reilly. It is Husinov on halfway. Now Rodri in the centre circle. Nori. Short left-footed pass to Doku. Man City inside left for Gay. Push really high up here. Now our defender pushed up in the centre. It's Husinov. Out for Shirky. Shirky cuts in, round Shirky. Needs a bit of support here. Shirky inside right. Prods it now for Rodri, edge of the box. Rodri turns. O'Reilly. Man City going backwards here. Real Madrid in a really good shape. Forwards from O'Reilly. Reinders. O'Reilly. That was Husinov. Here's Diaz just by the centre circle. Shirky in the middle. 35 yards and goal. Squares it for Gay. Man City slowly coming forwards. Gay now picks up Reinders in the middle. Reinders just behind the D. Reinders shot takes deflection. Loops over the bar. So corner kick for Manchester City. Open up for Reinders. It was a brilliant block, stretching left leg of Aurelien Tchouameni. Just bounced over the bar in the end. So will be a corner kick for Ryan Shirky to take on the left-hand side of Manchester City. Let's see what sort of delivery. Even sticking here, can Man City find a way back into this tight? Shirky's corner, Courtois almost got caught underneath it, but brilliant take in the end from Courtois. Again, just the goalkeeper would really want that sort of situation. It's rolled now to Rudiger. Across the box to Howson. Howson is Tchouameni. Layoff from Diaz. Camavinga first time pass to Garcia. Now goes backwards to Howson. Here's Courtois. Short in the box. It's a brilliant tackle for O'Reilly now. It's a brilliant save for Courtois. O'Reilly's tackle. Blasted towards goal inside the box of Courtois. Reacted excellently. It was Thiago Peter. Turned into trouble. O'Reilly just made the tackle. And it was Courtois. Stretched out his right foot to deny him. And Thiago Peter had a brilliant game, but he's one lucky man there. Quarter from Reinders from the left-hand side, headed away at the near post from Camavinga. And now Man City. Left-hand side. Doku goes back to Reinders. Now ball comes in, headed down for Gay, cleared away for Camavinga. He's also caught as well. So it will be a free kick to Real Madrid. There's Ruben Diaz there. Was trying to get a strike away. End up just swiping Camavinga instead of the ball. Again, Peter tried to turn inside the box and O'Reilly just stuck out his left foot. Sort of a tackle and shot at the same time from O'Reilly. And Courtois, that was excellent reactions there with his right foot. So Real Madrid about to make a couple of substitutions. PSG in front for the third time, by the way, against Chelsea. So it looks like Brahim Diaz will be coming off here for Real Madrid. And players done really well this evening. Also, Petark coming off here. Petark overall's had a brilliant game. Just had that scare moment to go. Thiago Petark. And coming on is Franco Mastantuono and Manuel Angel. So free kick for Courtois to take just under a quarter now left here. Santiago Bernabeu. So Courtois out towards the right. Flick on for Valverde. Headed away from Gay. Now ball looping up in the middle. Camavinga wins the flick. Now Valverde plays it towards the Watson. Almost getting behind his Mastantuono. Man City have it on the left-hand side with Nori. Nori steaming towards halfway. Surely he was tripped up there, Nori. And the referee got a good view of that. It will be a free kick to Manchester City. Referee clip from Alexander Arnold on Nori now in the centre circle. Husinov, one touch from the Rodri pass, take it over halfway. Now around Shirky with Husinov down the right-hand side, but Shirky cuts inside, now rolls it into the box. Looking for Reiner's good cut out there. And clearance for a throw from there was a Mastantuono tracking back brilliantly. So it's a throw now from Man City. Here's Rodri. Midway in the Real Madrid half, out for Shirky. Shirky skips in. Shirky now, little flick pass to Husinov. Shirky again. Shirky now gives it to Rodri, 25 yards and goal. Here's Doku. Doku, quick burst of pace into the box. Doku onto his right foot, and it's a shot blocked. Rudiger bounces back off Doku, and grasp from Courtois. Yeah, Doku's so good at that quick change of pace, but yeah, Rudiger blocked the shot well, and it bounced back off the Belgium and into the path of his fellow countryman, Thibaut Courtois. That's a long ball towards the left-hand side, well brought down there from Valverde. Now needs support, has that with Mastantuono now, and go on the ball, back for Valverde now. Mastantuono goes back to Valverde. It's in the middle with Camavinga. In the centre circle with Howson, just squared in front of halfway to Rudiger. Nice little layoff from Mastantuono to Valverde, down the right. So Franco Mastantuono needs help here. Yeah, he outmuscles him. Mastantuono just got the ball caught under his foot. Quick throw from Man City. Rodri turns in the City area. Gets out of trouble, squares it to Husanov. Now goes backwards to Diaz. Quick pass there from Shirky. Control with the head of Gay, then just Gay a diving header back to Donnarumma. On challenge though. Oh, dramatic there from Gay. Now Diaz. It is Rodri on the ball. Rodri into the centre circle. Now Rodri, nice little clip pass, right-footed. Finds O'Reilly on the inside right, 35 yards and goal. Back to Husanov. Square into the feet of Shirky. Not Diaz, here's round Shirky. 35 yards and goal, bit more than that actually. Shirky square to Doku. Doku shifts it onto his right foot. Now Doku out here for Husanov. Now it's Husanov and Doku combining on the right hand side. Shirky edge of what? Shirky brilliant feet, sets off for Doku, right side of the area. Doku cuts inside. Brilliant challenge from Camavinga to nick it off him. And it rolls to Courtois. And Doku, he's certainly been the most dangerous outlet for Man City this evening, but it's a brilliant challenge from behind. Camavinga had to time that. Camavinga had to time that one right, because otherwise it would have been a penalty. Courtois goes long towards Mastantuono. Headed square from Gay. Mastantuono chasing it, then a little pull there from the Real Madrid number 30 on the back of Aït-Nouri. And it will be throw deep inside the half of Man City. Can Man City find a goal back to bring something into that second leg? It's a short, it's actually a free kick to Man City. The end offside it was against Mastantuono. So quick free kick now. Here is Rodri. Squares it for Husanov. Out to Shirky, well read there from Garcia. And now Husanov goes back here to Diaz. Diaz square for Gay. And now Rodri in the centre circle. Rodri goes long, headed down from Rudiger. I love a little flick up into the air. Now Mastantuono. The ball now is Valverde again. Now Real Madrid just playing it across the back here. Tchouameni to Howson. Finds Garcia, cuts in. Rolls it back to Howson. Now it's with Courtois. Plays out of his area. 9 minutes to go this first leg of the Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid 3 goals to good, courtesy of a Valverde first half hat-trick, and it will be a free kick to Real Madrid as a push on. It was push on Angel from Aït-Nouri. And space always opened up when Real Madrid looked to surge forwards. There was Aït-Nouri's wrapping his right leg around of Manuel Angel. So free kick, just over 35 yards and goal on the inside right. Erling Haaland finally off, and again, hard to notice who's on the pitch tonight. Haaland's a real rough night for him. Hasn't got into this one at all. Omar Marmoush on in his place. And it will be a free kick here for Trent Alexander-Arnold to take. Alexander-Arnold, and we all know he could put in a top delivery. Come on, coming in, Alexander-Arnold, not a bad delivery, head out the box though from Rodri. Cushion header back from Shirky to Doku. Doku looks to take it forwards, it deflects off the right foot of Alexander-Arnold. and it will be a Manchester City throw. And about 10 yards behind halfway. So Ryan Nori to take it. And looks like Alvaro Arbeloa is making another substitution. And Trent Alexander-Arnold coming off. And the veteran Danny Carvajal, 34 years of age, he's seen it, done it all with Real Madrid. Certainly not a bad sub, just to help bring on and see out a game. Danny Carvajal. And the Real Madrid fans adore him here. It's a nice round of applause coming on. Trent Alexander-Arnold still trying to endear himself to the Real Madrid supporters. Rodri in the centre circle. Plays it between the gap of Vinicius and Mastantuono to Diaz. It's on halfway with Rodri. Rodri now in the centre circle. Towards the inside left. Marmoush holds it up. Now down the line from Nori to Doku. 6.5 minutes of normal time to go this first leg. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. Valverde hat-trick in the first half. Marmoush attempted to be slipped through, but Marmoush slipped inside the box. And it trickles out for a goal kick to Real Madrid. So other scores at the moment. Bodo Glimt 3, Sporting 0. And Paris Saint-Germain 3, Chelsea 2. Vitinha got the third for PSG. Bayer Leverkusen was 1-0 with Arsenal earlier on. And here at the Santiago Bernabeu, it is Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. Header from Gay trickles out of play for a throw. I mean, one solace for Manchester City. I say solace. It at least hasn't got worse in this second half scoreline-wise. Donnarumma denying Vinicius from the spot. And it's got to be one mighty performance at the Etihad to overturn this if it stays as it is. Carvajal's throw deflects off a Mastantuono. Now throw for City to take. Nori to Gay. Squares it to Diaz. Vinicius pressing. Diaz quickly gets out his feet to Husinov. Does the cut in. Garcia pressing high to make the tackle, but now Husinov still has it. Now Diaz, time in the box to square it to Gay. 5 minutes and all time to go here in Madrid. 3-0 to the home side in the first leg. Can City get a goal to their name to take into the second leg on their home patch? Nori, nice tricky feet to get inside. He was tripped up there. Mastantuono. So free kick. Gay just pokes it head of halfway. Here is Reinders. And now Husinov. 30 yards and goal. Short for Reinders. Now Shirky in the centre. About 25 yards from the target. Moves it to his right to Husinov. Now backwards in the middle for Diaz. Shirky gives it to Diaz again. Diaz midway in the Madrid half. Now lifts it into the box too far over the top of Reinders. Oh, it's a poor pass back there for into the feet of Carvajal. And then eventually cleared from Valverde. Down the right-hand side for Mastantuono to chase. Mastantuono thought he got to it. The ball just bounced out of play in the end. And it will be a throw to Manchester City. And not long to go now. This first leg, 4 minutes and all time left. Madrid 3, City 0. Husinov on halfway, given to his right to Shirky. Now first time for Diaz with his right foot. On the halfway line with Gay. Now Gay enters the Madrid half. Here is Rodri. Rodri goes for the diagonal. Too far ahead of Reinders though. And a goal kick for Real Madrid. Just sums up Manchester City's night really. That sort of pass just going astray. Just haven't got going whatsoever of Guardiola's men. They've had some moments. Silva had a shot wide by the way. PSG now 4-2 up against Chelsea. Vicha Kvaratskhelia. And a little bit of daylight between them and Chelsea going into that second leg. By looks of it, still Bodo Glimt 3, Sporting 0. So that's a lot of daylight in Bodo Glimt's favour. What a campaign they're having. So Courtois. Goal kick towards the right. Valverde beating the air from Gay. Second ball falls to the feet of Mastantuono. Now loses it. It is pass back from Nori to Donnarumma. Goes square for Diaz. First time right footed. Here's Husinov. Inside to Diaz. Now Ruben Diaz approaching the centre circle. 2.5 minutes and all time left. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. It is Semenyo back in the centre circle to Diaz. Now Ruben Diaz, 35 yards from goal. Moves it along to Husnov, around Shirky. Trying to cut inside Garcia. Shirky, 2 men around him as Camavinga, his fellow countryman, joins in. Now Husnov has it. Rodri from the centre, place it to Gay on the inside left. Forwards for Marmoush. Nori goes back to Gay. Gay turns onto his right foot, now finds Marmoush. Edge of the box, Marmoush, was he tripped up? It's a good tackle in the end. No, actually the referee has given a free kick against Angel. So referee had a good view of that, and he felt that Manuel Angel did trip up Omar Marmoush. Having a look at it again, there definitely was a trip. Again, Angel got none on the ball and took out the right leg of Marmoush. So free kick for Man City, edge of the area. Can they get that goal to at least take something into that second leg at the Etihad, where it's already got to be a massive performance on Guardiola's side? So let's see who will take this free kick. It's a couple of players fancy delivering this one in. I think it will be Tiani Reinders. I have to say his deliveries have been poor since he's come on half time. Reinders now sets up the short free kick. It's whipped towards goal for Marmoush. Straight to Courtois. Clever free kick. Reinders just laid it off for Marmoush. Shot on target, but pretty easy though for Courtois to take, even though it was a powerful shot from Marmoush. Howson now. That's a lovely line breaking pass from Howson. And there is Real Madrid with Valverde. Carval, Valverde back now for Rudiger. Rudiger's defeated Courtois. There's 30 seconds of normal time left there at the Santiago Bernabeu. So Camavinga floats it over the top on left hand side, sailed out of bounds in the end. Trying to pick out a run on that left hand side, but in the end couldn't find Fran Garcia. Surging forwards from left back. Here's Rodri. Rodri now, behind the halfway line, square for O'Reilly. Just plays it short for Shirky. Round Shirky, turns onto his left foot. Shirky now, pokes it to O'Reilly. 4 minutes left here at the Santiago Bernabeu of stoppage time. So 4 minutes awarded here. Can Man City get a goal back in this tie? Doku dispossessed. And now a good tackle one there from Angel. Now Valverde striding forwards, takes it around Gay. Great athleticism from Valverde, pass too tame towards Vinicius though. Gay intercepts. Square to Nori. 30 seconds of the 4 minutes stoppage time played. Nori finds Rodri. Rodri coming towards the centre circle. Rodri now. Plays it right footed. Man City over halfway with Husnov. Short for Shirky, just on the midway in the Madrid half. Shirky outside the right boot. O'Reilly held off from Howson. And Courtois clears from the 6-yard box. Now looping forward towards Vinicius, headed away. Rodri gets onto the second ball. Gay, time in the centre circle for Shirky. First minute of the 4 completed. Shirky clips it out to the left-hand side. He does find Doku against Carval. Doku now. Doku in the byline. Good tackle there for Danny Carval. Corner kick for Man City on the left-hand side. But Danny Carval using his experience there really well. Showing Doku down the line. So it's a short corner taken. It is Man City, edge of the box of Reinders. Clips into the box to Doku, intercepted from Garcia. Nori now back for round Shirky. Shirky, little step over, just about inside the box here. On the left, Shirky tries to prod it through a sea of white shirts. Intercepted in the end from Mastan Tuono. They shrugged off the ball from Doku on the left-hand side. Doku in field for Reinders. Reinders plays it short for Rodri. Rodri towards the D. Marmoush holds it up. Omar Marmoush out to the left-hand side. Shirky cuts it back for Nori. Midway into the 4 minutes of stoppage time. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 0. Valverde hat-trick in the first half. Can Man City get a goal back? To bring to the second leg. Marmoush can't be found from Shirky. And now Marmoush trying to win it back on the byline. Lovely turn there. Valverde gets himself out of trouble. And now here's Tchouaméni. Tchouaméni caught from behind. mate Nori, and that will be a free kick for Real Madrid. Brilliant play from Real Madrid. Get themselves out of trouble. And Valverde was struggling to stay on his feet for a second and just managed to turn quickly. Federico Valverde and won the free kick. Excellent work, and by a country mile the man of the match. Pretty self-explanatory with his hat-trick. But Tchouaméni did really well to win the free kick. He's been a warrior, Tchouaméni, by the way. You know, it was limping midway through the second half, but he got on with it and played superbly. Tchouaméni in that midfield. Courtois' free kick now into the last minute stoppage time, looking for Alexander-Arnold. I think it was Alexander-Arnold pushed. Carvalho pushed, I beg your pardon. In the end, sailed over. So he was going for Valverde, that long ball sailed over his head. Go for Man City. Of course, Carvalho came on for Alexander-Arnold. And now Real Madrid get the ball back from the throw. Camavinga in the centre. 30 yards and goal. Square for Garcia. And Garcia back for Camavinga. Just all about keeping the ball now for Real Madrid. Last 30 seconds of stoppage time to bring that 3-goal lead to the Etihad next week. What a position to be in. Nelson rolls it over halfway. Camavinga. Now Vinicius. Vinicius looks to go down the line. Cut out. From O'Reilly. Scoops it towards Shirky. Nice little touch. Chance for Man City to get their first goal of the tie. O'Reilly now. Marmoush turns in the box. Brilliant challenge from Howson. And now Real Madrid have it back. 2 seconds left, and the referee blows the full-time whistle for the first leg. Federico Valverde, this is your night. He brings a 3-goal lead in Madrid's favour. Going over to Manchester next week. A quite masterful first half display from the Real Madrid skipper. First goal was a brilliant pass to Courtois, found Valverde in behind. First touch, got the ball right in front of him, took it around Donnarumma and slotted it in right side of the box from a slight angle. Second goal, Vinicius pass deflected into the left-hand side, the penalty area. Valverde struck it across the face of Donnarumma into the bottom corner. And the third one was a brilliant goal. Brahim Diaz lifted the ball into the box. Valverde lifted it over Gay's head with a beautiful touch and volleyed from inside the 6-yard box to make it 3. Vinicius Jr. won a penalty in the second half, but had it saved from Donnarumma. Man City had some moments. Bernardo Silva struck wide when it was goalless. There were some testing moments for Man City getting themselves in some good positions, but Real Madrid just defended superbly. Absolute masterclass from Alvaro Arbeloa. And he's a real novice in management, but he's certainly got the better Pep Guardiola this evening. Real Madrid have Man City locked down in every way possible. And Valverde adding those moments of brilliance in that terrific team structure, Real Madrid. This is why they thrive in the competition, Real Madrid. Even when they're struggling, having a poor season, they still find these sort of performances. So, first leg completed. And Federico Valverde, the Real Madrid skipper, steps up with a hat-trick to put Real Madrid in a 3-goal lead going to the Etihad next week. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok.